All right, so these are a little bit older stories. I had got caught into, well, I had to set some things up. I had something break on me. So these stories are from, these aren't the most current, but they're right now. So let's just take a look at some of the other things that are going on. So for people that don't know, there was a situation where there's an older gentleman that was in the downtown area and was selling watermelons. Unfortunately, his life was taken. And so this happened some months back. Now we are at the point where things are happening that came along with that case. So the headline here: accused teen killer of the red, the watermelon man, captured by U.S. Marshals weeks after no show in court. I'm surprised they gave him bond in the first place. Demarion Tackett, a 16-year-old accused of killing a beloved Berclair fruit vendor in 2023, was captured by U.S. Marshals on Monday. We're grateful for the Marshals' quick work and our partnership with them, said Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy. This shows you can't run from the law. You will be held accountable. Our office will do what is right for John Matanera's family, including making sure the defendant stays in jail until trial and that he receives appropriate punishment. Tackett faces charges of first-degree murder, aggravated and especially aggravated robbery, murder in preparation of a robbery, carjacking, and possession of a firearm in the commission of a dangerous felony. Officials confirmed he was a no-show at his most recent court hearing in late June. Soon after, a warrant was issued for his arrest, and that's Mr. John, the watermelon salesman. Law enforcement officials alleged that on May 15, 2023, then 15-year-old Tackett fatally shot 76-year-old John Red Matanero. According to Memphis police, two men in a silver Infiniti shot Matanero while trying to rob him on the Berclair street corner where he was selling watermelons. He died from his injuries 2 weeks later. Memphis Police Department identified Tackett as a suspect, and he was subsequently arrested and charged the same month. Shelby County Criminal Court Judge Jennifer Mitchell released Tackett on a $100,000 bond in March 2024 after he was transferred to adult court. Judge Mitchell reportedly declined the DA's office motion to raise the bond amount. We believe that the $100,000 bond is insufficient, Assistant DA Paul Hagerman told Action News 5 in March. We filed a motion to increase the bond in criminal court. Judge Mitchell declined to hear the state's motion. U.S. Marshals issued a release stating Tackett was tracked to a home on Edgar Street in Memphis around noon on Monday. With the assistance of Memphis Police Department, Memphis Police Department's fugitive apprehension team, and the multi-agency gang unit, deputy marshals surrounded the home. Tackett allegedly tried to run out of the back door, but gave up when he saw there was no escape. He surrendered and was booked at 201 Poplar shortly after. It is our hope that the family and friends of John Matner, as well as the Memphis community, can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that Mr. Tackett is off the streets. And United States Marshal Tyrese Miller said, United States Marshal Tyrese Miller, I appreciate the Memphis Police Department's steadfast work in identifying Tackett as a suspect and the district attorney, a general's office, for the increased public attention to this fugitive case. Tackett's next court date is unknown at this time. Yeah, that's the whole thing is amazing, period. This goes back to the bond issues that we've been having in multiple cases here in Memphis, where we have people that have been arrested for violent crimes, get a low bond, come right out of jail, and do some more crime. It makes no sense. I don't care how you look at it. Look, if you want to do something violent, you need to be in jail for a long period of time. You need to be in jail until you go to court. unless you're in a situation where you're defending yourself, but if you're violently going and causing harm to another individual, um, unsolicited, then you should be in jail. It shouldn't be $100,000 bond, even if that is 10 or 15%, whatever it is, 10,000, 15,000. So I have no clue why the judge, let's say her name again, Judge Mitchell, Jennifer Mitchell, Shelby County Criminal Court Judge Jennifer Mitchell. I have no clue why she feels like it's appropriate, or why it was appropriate, if the DA's office in that one case was suggesting to raise the bond, why she would deny that or decline to hear the state's case or motion. I mean, she may have more information than we have. But the information that's available in public right now, I think it's pretty safe to say, and especially the track record that the city's had as far as bonds are concerned in violent crimes, there should not be any easement. We should not be easing up any of the bonds or the requirements to reach a bond, or even to get out of jail if you're in one of those types of situations, especially unsolicited situations. But so that is the case. That's probably the biggest red flag that I see in this story here. It's unfortunate that it's unfortunate that he lost his life in that manner. He deserved more. I think everybody in this community and city deserves more. He's 76 years old, on the tail end of his life, living his twilight, trying to, just live differently. Relax. It's easy. I'm selling watermelons, of all things. And I can't even do that in a safe way. I can imagine he didn't have a lot of money on him. So anyways, it's a sad story all the way around. I'm sad for Tackett. 15 years old when this situation happened in 2023. You know what I mean? And this just goes back to us catching the young. And it's not an overnight process. This is something that has to sink in, and it has to be bought in, and it has to be the right people saying that this is what needs to happen in order for the youth to buy into it also. So, and there has to be a lot of attention shown. It's going to be an uphill fight for sure. I believe it can be done. We just have to have the right people in place, and those people all need to come together and have the right conversations and get in front of the right people, get the right funding, and get into those neighborhoods and get the kids and start work. So, and I'm sure there's a business opportunity there for somebody. So, there's a lot of ways to make money. That's one way to make money, but you just have to stay true to your cause. So, it would be good to see. It would be good to see. I hope somebody does take that on, or maybe we can start a conversation. Comment. Tell me what you think about this particular deal. And I talk about this in almost every single one of our stories in terms of the kids and needing to get in front of and do something for them at a young age so that we can raise them up differently. It just needs to be more of a community. I don't have all the answers, but I'm just saying what my common sense tells me. That's my common sense. You know what I mean? I can't speak for anybody else. I just know that that's me. And I may not be in the position to go jump into something like that, or I might not know exactly where to start, but I bet you as a collective, there's a lot more, or jumping in a lot of help or bodies or people being aware of things that might already be out there and in motion. Might already be in motion. We might not have to do a single thing except for extend our time. You know, so hey, look, it's just one of those things that we're gonna have to try to do because we could save kids 15 years old from getting out here and shooting the elderly in our community, stopping them, shortening their life when it's already in the twilight years of their life, and then he ended his life at the same time. You know, so we have to touch a lot of these topics on from a lot of different angles. All right, sounds good.